Them LEDs though. Yay. Woo. Chill with Key back with another video. Ooh. So, you want to buy a motorcycle? Big bet. 6 things to consider if you want to buy a motorcycle. First thing to consider is what kind of motorcycle do you even want? What type of style do you like? For me, I always wanted a sport, so I got a sport. You got all different types of bikes to choose from. You got cruiser bikes, sport bikes, adventure bikes, dirt bikes. I mean, hey man, you name it, you got it all. Everything is a good choice. You gotta basically make your decision on, if you just like to chill, maybe you like to go to the track, you know what I mean? So you want something a little sporty, or maybe you just like to cruise. Maybe you want to go on road trips, take a Harley, or some type of touring bike. It's all about what's best for you. We're gonna be stopping at the dealership today, look at some different bikes. And I'm thinking about upgrading in the future, but I'll probably still keep my 636, Hey, how's it going, brother? Tip 2, how are you going to pay for the motorcycle? There's all kinds of different ways. You can finance, pay cash, and then I can break down the pros and cons to both. The nice thing about financing is that you can pay it off over time, of course. Con, you got to have your credit right first. A lot of the times the best place to go is credit unions. They got super low interest rates. They're really there to help the person more so than take from them, if that makes sense. So big banks, they typically want to get a little bit more skin in the game, charge a higher interest rate, I should say, compared to federal unions, federal unions. You'll go ahead and get a way better rate if that's the route that you went. If you got the cash to pay for it, I always say just do. But then again, it's circumstantial depending on the person. Financing might be good for somebody who could still pay cash for it and just choose to put their money towards investments, And then some people are like, nah, I don't want the debt. I'd rather just pay it off, So it's all circumstantial, I feel. I gotta get from around this car. Another thing to keep in mind is maintenance. So, a little sidebar for maintenance. I always recommend doing thorough due diligence. Going over a checklist, making sure that the front forks aren't leaking, checking to see the condition of the tires, see if there's any rust on the bike to know if it's been outside a lot or mainly over its life. Lights, make sure that while it's running there's no issues, there's no other leaks to be concerned with. Like with this bike, when I first got it, I knew it was some work to be done, but it was even hidden work that I didn't find out until later. You pretty much had to take the whole tank apart to know, but thank God it was nothing major, The previous owner rewired the air switching valve, and he did a horrible job to where on one of my previous videos it shows that the bike just cut off. And so all 3 of the harness wire came down and the radiator fan shredded them. So the bike could have caught on fire, and thank God that it didn't. And I was able to get everything fixed with no issue. So yeah, guys, due diligence is so important. Bikes are finicky and everybody loves to work on them. Some people be like, guys are experienced, they don't know what they're doing with bikes. But then I also get I know what it's like to just get whatever is done on your bike and do it to the best of your ability so you can get back out and ride, So I get all aspects of that. As far as regular maintenance goes, it's a lot like a car. You know, you got your oil change every 2,000 to 3,000 miles, depending on what your manual says. Some bikes, you even got 4,000 miles that they recommend, but it depends, you know. For this bike, 636, I got a 2013. I changed my oil every 3,000 miles. You also got to clean and lubricate your chain. That's really important. Brake pads, whole 9 yards. As far as timing goes, is it a good time for you to purchase your motorcycle? You could be having a baby, getting ready to move into a new home. Making sure the timing is right is detrimental. You know, you want to put your loved ones and your situation first, priorities first, over recreational, fun vehicles, you know? Making sure your paper is right is really important. Another thing with timing, too, is sometimes it could be great to purchase the bike in the winter, you know? That's where they cut down on the prices a lot. I remember I called a dealership one time not too long ago and just was curious what I can get for this bike. He said in the wintertime they'll pay, you know, $5,500 to $6,000 depending on the condition of the bike. But he said in the summertime we'll easily pay you between $7,000 and $7,500. So even though the winter might seem, you know, inconvenient, you want to ride now, it could be a really good time to save money on your purchase. Which leads me to tip number 4. I think we're on 4. That extra savings of that money can go towards, guess what? You guessed it, gear. Gear is so important, man. You're gonna have to buy a helmet, jacket, gloves, motorcycle shoes, armored. I mean, all kinds of stuff, man. All kinds of stuff. I ride with a Ruroc Atlas 3.0. Now, I didn't have to get that helmet. I just love the styling of it, and the marketing was so good. I said, why not? This helmet is a little noisy. I wear earplugs anyway, so it's okay. But a helmet like this is pretty pricey, you know? You can get budget helmets for around $120 and up. Like my first helmet was a Belk helmet. I don't remember what kind of model, but I got it from Cycle Gear, and it's very quiet. It's even more quiet than this, and I don't even need to wear earplugs or anything with that helmet. It's I would say that quality on that helmet is better than this. Not exaggerating. But apparently the Ruroc 4.0, they fixed it all. Whatever. So yeah, guys, you want to make sure you got your gear, and don't cheap out on it neither. Your helmets, your gear, everything. This is your life on the line. It's that traction control when you hear that stutter. I got it in 2 right now, so it's doing its thing. The 5th tip, number 5, is going to be to make sure you're always learning. There's something always new to learn, you know? Never be cocky and think like, oh, I've been riding for years, so, you know, I just know it all. I'm good. I got plenty of experience. Listen, years owning a bike and experience on a bike are 2 different things. You can go to the track for 3 days, and learn more at the track those 3 days than you've learned in 2-3 years. As you see, like it's important to just keep learning as much as you can. Little things here, little things there. Learn how to work on your bike a little bit by yourself, because it can get expensive. Keep going to a shop, especially in some of those popular areas. I'm sure LA, Atlanta, you know, whatever. I live in South Carolina. Woo, I live in South Carolina, so you know, I go to a family shop whenever there's something that I don't want to work on myself and take it there, and I'm really good friends with him, so he charges me a good rate, and I'm happy to pay him every time, because I know how hectic these can be, you know, to work on. I love those downshifts. Woo! Few pops for y'all, nothing crazy. There's plenty of good videos out there who could teach you a whole lot about motorcycles, a whole lot than I can at that. One of them, his name is Moto Jitsu. I've been following his videos for such a long time. Like man. Plenty of videos on YouTube. And then of course get out there, experience. You can watch and learn from all the videos as much as you want. But hey, sometimes it takes more than that. Experience is everything, man.